Good morning to all traders. There's growing expectation that US-China phase one of it is not going to happen. It's not going to be completed by the end of this year. The Chinese want to roll back tariffs to next May. At the same time, the US Congress passed a bill that supports protesters in Hong Kong. This is, of course, supporting the safe havens a little bit, and that supports the yen, which have quite a few currencies, risk actually of sentiment increasing, with Aussie a little bit down for the day. We're going to talk about Aussie yen in a minute, and we're going to start with the euro pound. That's because the situation around US and China is affecting the euro a little bit, not as much the pound, I would say, but what the pound is affected by or from is the fact that we've had the first election debate the other day. It didn't mean much for the pound for the moment, and it's likely to not have any effect, to be honest, because we still have until December 14th, if not mistaken, at least like 3 weeks. So I believe in the near future, in the near term, and until then, we're going to see the euro appreciating against the pound. And that is also supported from a technical perspective. We were talking about the EURGBP. I think the last time we talked about it was 2-3 weeks ago. We were around that level, if I'm not mistaken, around 87 or so. We talked about this being intermediate wave 1, and we're expecting intermediate wave 2 to occur. We're seeing this as a WXY complex correction, with the extension between the first and second wave, of course, being around 0.8488. Now, it looks like this has been either completed, this slide to the downside, with waves A, B, and C, right? Or it could be a case where we might have another move to the downside for a throwback and then start moving higher. Whatever the case is, it's quite rare to see an ABC with a triangle B and then also ending triangle C, okay? Because at the moment, this is what it looks like to me. Now, as I said before, we could see that, of course, becoming maybe a more extended version of a C. We could see this becoming 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? And that could be a leading first wave, which I doubt that will be the case. But it's not impossible, considering that you know, from this upside, from this top around 0.93 so, or 93,200, we might want the stops to be taken out down that level. Okay, so it would be possible that we're going for another move to the downside in the short term, but it looks like we have a quite nice impulsive move over here starting to form. And now what we can expect, we can actually, what we want to see the 85, 800 breaking, okay? Because the previous low, if that is the case, we're most likely going to move to the upside. Now, on the other pair I want to talk about, that is affected, of course, by safe haven flows and the risk of mood over the latest developments around Hong Kong, I would say, mainly. Aussie yen, we talked about this much longer than 2-3 weeks ago, I believe. We talked about this being intermediate wave 1. We're expecting intermediate wave 2 to end, right? We were looking at this as an A, B, and C. We still see that at the same. We were back there, if I'm not mistaken, where we checked that chart. And we're looking at this becoming A, and then B, and C. Actually, that seems now to have extended to the upside a little bit, creating a ending triangle for wave A, impulse wave A. So we're now looking for a correction, okay? This is going to complete wave B. From here, we can look at prices moving higher to complete C, and then continue with the downside that is going to have, of course, a fresh low completed below the 69.60 levels, right? But this is medium/long term. In the short term, what I see here, I see a potential double zigzag, right? Okay, unless if, of course, this turns out to be an impulsive 1, 2, 3. This is like 4 and then 5, right? Because this is still impulsive, we still can have that ending as a triangle, so a wave 4. We'll have another wave 5 down to 72, 89 or so, and then move up. Or the other scenario, of course, because we've actually stopped at this level, right? So that could be the wave 3 at 161. We can either see wave 5 going down to 72, 89, or it could be a pretty much duplication of wave 1, which means that we are going to see prices going down to 72.26, okay? And this is where we are going to have wave B completed. Now, you could have that also being the case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here. This is wave B as a triangle, right? So A, B, and C. That is going to have also an extension down to around 72.26. So this is for the day. Aussie, Yen, and Euro GBP should be on your watch list.